What's up, Vanish family? Today we are going to be covering our pull-up specific warm-up. So if you've got a pull-up bar at home, here is an option that you can do to prep yourself for pull-ups. What we're going to start with is 1 to 3 rounds of a 20-second inactive hang. So instead of pulling down on the bar, prepping myself for the pull-up, all I'm going to do to start is grab onto the bar somewhere between shoulder width and maybe slightly wider, and I'm just going to hang on the bar. Right, just let the shoulders kind of creep up towards the ears, and I just hang for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then I release. Right, I'm going to do this one more time. 20 to 30 second hold, grabbing onto the bar, somewhere between shoulder and slightly outside shoulder width, and then I'm just going to hang on that bar. Ideally, I'll be in a hollow body hold already, and I'm just kind of dangling. Now, from here, we're going to go into some scat pull-ups. So we're going to from here, we're going to go into scat pull-ups. So we're going to go from that inactive hang into an active hang, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull down on the bar, keeping the arm nice and straight. We're going to pull the shoulders away from the ear, creating some space and engaging those lats. All right, so I'll hang, and then I will engage. I like to break this up into smaller sets, so I might go 3 to 4 sets of somewhere between 3 and 5 reps, especially as I'm getting warmer and loosening up. I'll start small. I might not have that much control over the range of motion, and then as I warm up, as I activate those muscles, I might have a little bit more control, so I might get a few more reps. Okay, so we're gonna do that one more time, and I'm gonna go for about 3 to 5, inactive to active, inactive to active. I'm pulling down on the bar and trying to separate myself, engaging those lats. Now from here, something to kind of warm up the grip and get those arms, shoulders, lats nice and primed is I'll alternate my grip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab onto the bar and I'm gonna lift one arm up and re-grip. Lift one arm up and re-grip. This starts getting you from working both arms at the same time to now starting to work one and then the other, kind of like we used to do when we monkey barred back when we were really little. Or last week. So I'm here and it's just this. Prepping your grip, warming up your grip, starting to get those arms working in a unilateral position. Okay, so with this, I'll go somewhere between 4 and 12 reps. All right, so it's up. Try to limit the amount of movement in my body. I don't have to get a ton of height or a ton of distance between my hand and the bar. I just want to start moving and engaging those muscles through that movement. I don't have to get a ton of height when I'm reaching up. I just want to release the bar with one hand and then switch. Release the bar and switch, right? So I can keep my hand right there, just letting go and repositioning. Now from here, we're going to up the challenge a little bit. This can be done somewhere between 2 and 6 reps. We're going to go from a pull-up position to a chin-up position. So it's taking that reach, let go and reach, and upping the challenge a little bit as we hold and support with one arm, and then we are going to reposition with the other one. So I'll be here, making sure I'm in a good hollow position, and then I let go and re-grip, let go and re-grip. Try to limit the amount of swing, and I'll just rotate. Chin up, pull up, pull up. Chin up, pull up, pull up. It's harder than it looks, but it is a skill worth practicing. Now that our grip is properly warm, now that our lats are properly active, we're gonna go into some specific pull-up variations that will progress you from just starting all the way up to your working range of motion, your working movement. Right? So I will be switching between facing the camera and facing away, depending on whether or not I think I'm going to hit my head and mess up my hair, which is in dire need of a trimming. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into a jumping pull-up. Okay, so I'm going to have the ground at an appropriate height where my arms will be slightly bent. I will lower myself down so that they're straight. Then I will jump using my legs and then just take my upper body through the range of motion for that pull-up. And I'm just going chin over the bar to start. So I'll set up, slight bend in the arms, and then from here, I'll lower myself down, jump and pull, jump and pull, jump and pull. Now with this, I'll start off with somewhere between 3 and 5 reps, depending on how I feel. 1 to 2 sets, 3 to 5 reps. Now you'll notice when I jump and pull, as soon as my chin crosses the bar pad or the bar, I'm going to push myself back down. If I hold on tight, my body starts to swing. So I pull, chin over the bar, and then I push myself back down. So we're gonna go one more set of 3. Grab on, arms are bent. I lower myself down so my arms are straight. I jump and pull and push. Jump, pull, and push. Last one, jump, pull, and push. The next movement we're going to cover is our jumping chest to bar pull-up. Same mechanics as the jumping pull-up. We're just going to add in a little bit at the end. So our jumping pull-up, bent arms, lower it down to straight. We jump, we pull in the bar ends just below our chin, and we push back down. Now, with the chest to bar, what we're going to do is as we're pulling, we're going to drive our elbows back slightly, helping to close the gap of that bar between our chin and our chest. Going straight up and down can work, but if we work on pulling those elbows back, thinking about more like a row, it'll be easier for us to close the distance between the bar and our chest. Now with this, because chest to bar can be slightly harder, I want to have more of a jump and more of a pull. I'm also going to reduce the reps somewhere between 1 and 3. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Same setup as before. Bent elbows, lower down to straight in my arms. I'm going to jump, pull, and row. Jump, pull, and drive those elbows back and behind. Okay? So we're going to go one more set. Watching me, somewhere between 1 and 3. Jump, pull, jump, pull, jump, and pull. All right, from here, we're going to start progressing into the actual chin over the bar pull-up. Now, ideally, my feet will be off the ground. I'm going to go into a nice hollow body position, squeezing my glutes and my abs, grabbing onto that bar, pulling into an active position, and then lifting myself chin over the bar, and then coming straight back down, nice and controlled in both ranges of motion. Okay, should look like this. And again, if we're doing strict, we're going to go somewhere between 1 and 5 reps, depending on how well you can do. So we grab on, shoulder width to slightly outside. I go into a hollow body hold, and then up and back down. With this, I want to make sure that I'm grabbing onto the bar and thinking about snapping that bar backwards, right? I'm not just going to hang with this weird shoulder position. If I can externally rotate and snap that bar back, I'm going to feel a lot more engagement through my arms and upper back, and it'll make it easier for me to pull myself back up. So on this one, we're going to do a set of 2. Grabbing on, hollow body hold, pulling down, snapping back up, and back down to the ground. One more rep. All right, it's important to progress with your strict chest to bar pull or with your strict pull-ups. You don't have to go up and do a set of 5 right away. Do a set of 1. Do a set of 2. Maybe back down to a set of 1. Tinker around with your rep ranges as you're warming up. Now, the next movement we're going to do is a chin up. So I'm gonna switch up my grip. I'm gonna go palms facing towards me, okay? Supinated. I'm gonna go palms facing towards me, and I'm gonna do that same chin over bar pull-up. This might start to get into a little bit more of a chest to bar as I pull here and allow my elbows to slide slightly behind as I'm getting comfortable with that upper body pulling movement. Okay, from here, palms facing towards, still go hollow body, and then I come up and in, up and in. Some people find chin-ups easier, some people find chin-ups harder. If you practice it, it'll probably be easier. If you never practice it, it'll probably be a little bit harder. So using a variation like this, going pull-ups and chin-ups, gives you variety to the movement, stimulates the muscles in a slightly different way, and it's also a good way to progress through your warm-up. All right, so the last movement we're going to be doing today is our strict chest to bar pull-up. We're going to take all of those elements that we've been practicing and putting together and make one beautiful movement right here at the end. We're going to go from that pull-up position, pulling down, chin over the bar, driving those elbows back slightly and making contact just below the collarbone, just above the chest line, and then pushing ourselves back down to that bottom position. Again, I'm going to go 1 to 3 reps as I'm warming up. I'm going to go 1 to 3 reps just to kind of get a good feel for it and introduce my body to that full range of motion without the jump. Here we go. Hand position. Set up. Shoulders to slightly outside. I go to my hollow, and then from here, up and back. Up and back. All right, you can see me pulling that chin over, and then as soon as I get my chin past the bar, I drive those elbows back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and pull myself towards that bar. Everything we've been doing this morning has been building us towards strict pull-ups, strict chin-ups, and then strict chest-to-bar pull-ups. Although you might be able to get away with kipping at home if you've got a rig set up in your garage, while we're here, it's a wonderful time to slow down the pace and work on developing the strength of the pull-up, not just the speed of getting through the pull-ups. If you can work on the skill of kipping, outstanding, go for it. But also consider working on building that strength in your upper body pulls so that when we get back to the gym, your shoulders are in a much healthier and stronger position so that we can kip when we've got the proper equipment.